Hello and welcome to training in the use of Pragmatic Tracker for PTSD resolution. My name is Bill Andrews. When you refer a client from PTSD resolution, you'll be provided with the URL to put into your address bar that brings you to this login screen. And here you enter the username and the password that you've been provided with, and you simply log in. And you'll come to a welcome message. When you've read it, you can simply tick the box and it'll close. And then you're brought to the client list screen where the client who you've been referred, their pseudonym will be here. This is to protect their identity, so there'll be an identification name here that you can know the client by. And you can see they've been screened on the 2nd of May and their primary measure is the core 10. You can simply click on their name and you'll find the detail then of that client. So this is this client's home page. And if you want to see the detail of that particular screening session, you can go in and you can open the drop-down box, and all of the information that was captured on that screening session is available for you to read there. So then you're going to be adding the next appointment for the client. Now it could be that you've already set that up and seen them and used the measures in paper, in which case you'll be transferring the information in. Or if you're working with the client and you have internet access available with your laptop, you can use that then to input the data directly into the system. So let's go to add a new session. Let's say it's your first session today and it's your first appointment, so it's the assessment session. The measures are already selected by default because this is how they were set up to begin with, and we're assuming you're using these measures, the core 10, the impact of event scale 15 and the PRN 14 at your first appointment. You can learn more about how to use problems in the system by reading all of the help material. But then let's just go create that particular session. So now here is this session page. Now if you're using paper measures with the client, this is where you transfer the answers in. So you'll simply transfer all of the answers in here, and similarly with the IES 15 and the PRN 14. Now, once you've entered all of that information, you'll see that the total scores will appear here. They'll be calculated automatically. You can also see over here on the right that had you wished to open the questionnaires directly with the client, you would have been able to select those options there. Now, returning to the client list screen, you can see that that session has now been added in here, and you can click on charts and you can see the scores on the charts here. Show all and refresh and you can see all the various scores here. Equally well, at the end of the session, and indeed we'd recommend that at every session you obtain feedback from the client, and of course down here you've got the place for the feedback scores to be entered. And let's just show you how this operates and close. And you'll have that feedback now will also appear on the chart, as you can see it down here. So then in a similar way, when you go to add your next session, you simply click next session. Now it could be you're just doing the PRN 14 at the first and the final session, and indeed the IES, so you simply deselect them from here and you can then carry on as usual, and you'll see now that this time you'll just have the core 10 that you're using for the evaluation. And of course at your final appointment, that would be the time to then once again do your IES 15 or PRN 14, but of course you can use them at whatever sessions you want to use. Now, wherever you are in the system, there's help available. You simply click on help and you're brought, it opens up a new tab and you're brought to lots of information about that part of the program you're on, with videos that you can choose to watch as well to explain things in more detail. So it should be pretty easy for you to find your way around the system, but if you have any difficulties you can contact Sarah at the office, or you contact me, Bill Andrews, at bill.andrews@pragmatictracker.com. Thank you and hope all goes well.